All right, it is time. This is the Infinite Investment Game. I'll talk about alternative investments and collectibles. It's not particular investment advice, but you'll be a better collector investor if you watch this. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this as many people as possible, or don't. So here's the thing with this. When it comes to TCG cards, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, the thing with that TCG has over sports cards is that there's a game involved with this that people play, and also there's a factor of these players won't have scandals, which is fantastic. These are two great things. And a lot of these people who are involved in these cards would be involved in it even if it wasn't going up that much. Outside of Pokemon, I think. I know a lot of people probably rushed in because of the money. And I would say that's probably since 2019. I mean, stuff went up in 2016. You got some kind of investors and stuff like that. But a lot of people got into it because of Pokemon Go and nostalgia and all that. I would say the issue with a lot of people is a lot of people are going to be starting families and moving and going to the next place in their career. And that's going to take people away from the hobby a little bit more. Now, the people who are been in it, you're still going to have young adults coming in. But for Yu-Gi-Oh, it's been a considerable drop-off of younger people getting into Yu-Gi-Oh! And it looks like it's less people playing the cards. And I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Is actually my favorite TCG ever. But you're going to see a change in the big three. Whereas Magic, Gala, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! As far as cards. It looks like Dragon Ball Z is going to take their place. And then I guess the big five, Magic the Gathering. Honestly, be Pokemon, Magic the Gathering. And then Dragon Ball Super Z, that. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! And Digimon. Digimon is kind of interesting, but I think people buying Digimon cards. I think unless you're buying the most iconic Digimon like Black Wargreymon, maybe Metal Garurumon in the rarest foils at the highest grades, PSA 10, BGS 9.5, SGC 10, stuff like that. If you're not doing that, it's probably not going to be worth anything. Same thing for, and I think just people are just going to realize that. A lot of people are going to have stuff that's very high prices. But, yeah, people are going to realize they wasted their money. Let's be real. Most people are going to realize they wasted their money on Digimon and overpaid for a bunch of stuff. For Yu-Gi-Oh! The stuff that's going to be worth a lot of money is going to be really the first 4 booster boxes. And then a few booster boxes in GX and 5Ds. And then some one-off things, legendary duelist releases or whatever. That stuff will go up over time because people still play the card game. That's a thing that people like to do. Maybe some people like to open packs or collect stuff. But yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! And then the Bandai Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff, mostly Blue Eyes White Dragon and some of the tins. This is going to be Blue Eyes White Dragon, probably PSA 10, BGS 10, DDS, and from the video games, but the rarest stuff. And also if you have the sealed video games with the cards in it. All of that stuff will be worth a lot. What we saying a lot? DDS Blue Eyes PSA 10 will probably be a $3,000 to $4,000, maybe $5,000 card at most for a while, for a very long time. Same for Blue Eyes White Dragon, Legend of Blue Eyes, first edition PSA 10. That'll be a little bit more, but it's really gone up. So I see that continue to go down. But that'll be worth money. I think the whole Blue Eyes White Dragon set, the original starter decks, and the original 10s from 2002 and 2003, that stuff is going to be worth the most amount of money. And then there's going to be some just spurious stuff from Blue Eyes, some of the first Ghost Rare stuff, maybe a few of the first Gold Rare things. Um, that stuff will probably have a premium, and everything else, people are gonna be left holding the bag. And maybe 30 years from now there'll be another peak or something, or 20 years from now. But most of that stuff is speculative and is going down. So, but some extent, um, Dragon Ball Z, the card game is very popular, but I think the newer cards are gonna have a bigger boom 20, 30 years from now. I'm saying with some of the Digimon, I guess, for the newer stuff. The older stuff, I don't think is gonna move as much. I think there are certain things like maybe Goku Super Saiyan 3 card, and there'll be a few cards, a lot less than Yu-Gi-Oh. But as far as playing popularity, I think Dragon Ball Z is overtaking. And then we get to Magic the Gathering and Pokemon. I do think Magic the Gathering is going to do pretty well. I mean, Alpha Edition Black Lotus. I mean, Beta may do okay, but it's mostly going to be Alpha Edition cards. Black Lotus is the one that I think most people, you can't deny. I think Volcano Island, stuff like that has a chance. But I don't see as more than like 10 to 20 cards really having real value. That's like, oh, I'm gonna invest. And I think a lot of people are gonna be leaving these TCG cards. All these franchises are gonna be leaving, and they're not gonna be buying this stuff, and the stuff won't be going up as much. But you still have that organic community, people who like to collect, and also people who play the game. So that's something to keep in mind. And then the last thing is Pokemon. Pokemon is probably gonna have the biggest drop just because there's so many like unauthentic people coming into the hobby. So obviously, Illustrator or first edition Holo Charizard 1999 PSA 10, that stuff is going to still be extremely expensive and worth a lot of money. But I think most of everything else, I mean, even I think stuff that was $80,000 cards may end up being $5,000 to $80,000 cards. So I think people need to keep that in mind. And I think there are going to be less PokeTubers, but Pokemon is so big that I think is going to get more attention than sports card content creators. So those creators are probably, you're going to see more creators stay, but you're going to see a lot less people in the Pokemon. And also they're going to be cards, but people have gotten into the video games. People have gotten into other speculative stuff with Pokemon. And what I would say is, if you really love the Pokemon cards, it's great. And I do think it has the best chance of having long-term value for cards. But I think people need to. There's been a bull run since 2016, really. And I think in the next couple years, it'd be closer to the bottom and then worth starting to pick up cards, I think. And yeah, let me know what you think. Do you think TCG card investing is going to be dead, or do you think, it's going to peak again and go crazy, or do you think, hey, it's probably going to be a while before we have anything like that, and meaning years. But yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, and share this. Peace.